Hey, it's me, Hrishi K, Kannan, popularly known as Hrishi K. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon now to get the latest videos and get taken into a world of entertainment, culture, sport, business, and current affairs.
You mentioned Jake Upside Down. That's the song which really made you the sensation that you are. I love the track. And what I love most about the song is also the music video that you put out, where you're actually the valet for a kid who just shows up in one of those small toy Mercedes cars, It was so cool. So who collaborated with you on that video? Was that your idea? Were those your ideas? It just turned out so beautifully, didn't it?
No, it's actually from a good friend of mine. We connected in LA. His name's Chris Grider, and he directed the whole thing. He threw us the idea, and I was just like, this is great. I love this. I think this is hilarious. I think it's a perfect spin. The idea is that it's kind of like an upside down world where, the kids run the show. And so I thought that was a great idea. We did it, and I love the video.
Massive things for us Indian fans. Golden Hour by Jake, which is the worldwide best-selling single, which we really, really love. We've been pumping it over the airwaves. Now has an Indian version, and that is done by the lovely Shirley Setia. And I'm really pleased to welcome both Jake as well as Shirley onto the show. What's up, you guys? How are you?
Hi,
What's up? How we doing?
Excellent. Jake, I have to ask you the most logical Indian question. Why would a guy called Jacob Lawson or Jake spell his name with a JVKE?
Yeah, even I want to know that.
It's funny. So I blew up on TikTok early on with videos with my mom, and people knew me as Jake Lawson. And I was like, okay, I need it to be something with Jake because that's what everybody I know calls me. And so we're like, what if we just took the A and flipped it upside down to a V? And so it just became Jake, but JVKE.
That explains it. That's smart.
Yeah.
Do you know that apart from having the fact that both of you are such huge global pop superstars, one thing that you both have in common, Shirley and you, is that she blew up on the internet first. Do you know that, Jake?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
That was YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Shirley, you want to take me through how the collaboration started? Did a record label bring the two of you together, or was it just one random Insta post? Do you know each other? Are you buddies? How did the Indian version of Golden Hour happen?
We're actually meeting for the first time today, right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I am honored in my presence.
In your
Shirley and
presence.
Jake meet.
No, I would have actually really liked to meet him in person as well. And we were thinking how to make that happen, but hopefully for the next song.
For sure.
But no, it's been really good. I loved his song. I've liked a lot of his songs, even Dandelion. I really like that song.
Thank you.
Of his, yeah. And I'd heard Golden Hour on Reels. So TikTok in India is banned.
Yeah.
So we consume all our music from Spotify or Instagram Reels, and that's where I kind of saw. And I really liked the song. I thought he described this woman, this girl, so beautifully, and also
Skin and glitter. Skin and glitter. The man knows how to turn on the charm with the ladies.
Yeah. Who wouldn't want to hear that? That just slow down time. I was like, oh my god, what if someone should say things like that to me. But anyway, so I really like this song. Or when I kind of got the opportunity to do a Hindi version, an Indian version. Actually, I think our managers connected through the label, and that's how it kind of happened. And
That's wonderful.
I hope he liked. I think he liked.
I love it. I love it. So far, so good.
Thank you.
You know what I really love about it, Jake, is that her song kicks in Hindi at the halfway mark, and then eventually the two of you, your voices come together to do the chorus, which I think is lovely. And I don't know who's your music producer. Do you produce your stuff for yourself? Because there's a wonderful Arabic instrument somewhere in there which just wails in the background, which is so cool.
Oh yes, I produce all my own music. Yeah.
Yeah, so talk to me about that. Getting that Arabic, Middle Eastern, Indian kind of touch into the music, and her vocals.
Yeah, so for me, I like to just make a lot of different, you know, real instruments. I love real instruments. I play piano, drums, and guitar myself, but in a lot of my songs, I'll use a plugin and I'll make like full violin parts and different strings and cello and all that sort of stuff. And so that's kind of been my signature touch recently, is just adding in
Mm.
lots of strings, all sorts of stuff like that. And so, yeah, I produce my whole album myself. And so, yeah, everything for me is just all about the music and making, just a beautiful masterpiece. That's my goal.
And you must appreciate that a lot, Shirley, because you're not just a regular vocalist. I mean, you yourself are a composer. I mean, that's how you started off, just getting your acoustic guitar on as the pajama pop star. And now, the world loves you for what you do. A fact that, a guy is producing his own music, he has control over what he does. And
Yeah.
you're doing a fair bit of that yourself in India.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, I think it's a great skill to have because I wish I knew the skill of production because, firstly, it saves a lot of money.
It does.
And it gives you control over your music because you can exactly make it sound like what it's sounding like in there or in there, you know.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and in our version we've actually added bits and pieces of sarangi.
Mm,
So I really love the sound of
it
sarangi.
does. It sounds beautiful. It
So
sounds so beautiful.
we kind of made sure that for that Indian touch we should add like an Indian instrument. So that's how that little Indian vibe. That's how it's come.
Jake, she mentioned Dandelion, and I really think what you've done with Galantis, the Swedish duo, is just unbelievable. It's a
Thank
song
you.
again that must be a concert favorite. I mean, when you go out gigging, I don't know if it's the most asked for song along with Golden Hour. How did that collaboration happen? Again, did the record label bring you guys together, or did you happen to meet the Swedish producer somewhere?
Yeah, so it's funny. I had this just kind of rough draft of a song that I had always liked, but I never really knew what to do with it. And I had recently blown up on TikTok with my song Upside Down. And basically, I just got a new manager who now has been managing me for over 2 years. And he had connected me. He was good friends with Galantis, the duo, and we got connected, and he had sent them Dandelion, and at the time it wasn't complete, but we sent it to them. They touched it up, and it was just kind of a perfect dream collaboration. I've loved their songs for a long time, and so yeah, that song to me, it's one of the more special ones. I think it's really creative, and yeah, it was really cool to see people receive it so well.
Take me through the recording process itself. Did you get an unmixed track, Shirley, that you did your voice on in Mumbai and then sent it to Jake, or did you sing along with a pilot track? I'm just curious to know how you nailed this one.
So I think we received some files because obviously we wanted to keep some of the elements, like we wanted to uh, have Jake in the song as well, because for me, I think, and for all of us, we were kind of uh, on the same page for this. I think we wanted to kind of create a conversation that was happening in the song. So instead of just like how Jake is singing about, about the girl and how it's her time to shine and it's her golden hour, and then the girl kind of just like tells him how she feels about the time when she spends with him, and it becomes like a that Aladdin song, A Whole New World.
Oh, I love it. I have
Yeah.
I have the version by Peebo Bryson and Regina Bell.
Oh,
So
wow.
good. A whole
So
new world. Yeah.
I used to kind of get those vibes. Oh, hello, baby.
We have a special guest. What's his name or what's her name?
Oh God, it's बच्चे ने nahi.
It's Bache and it's a she, is it? She's obviously missed you.
See? Sit, 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 sit.
So it reminded you of a whole new world. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then when we started working on this, so Yash Narvekar, he's done the Hindi lyrics and the Hindi melody. And when we kind of sat on it together, we went through a couple of drafts, seeing kya work kar raha hai, what's not working. And then we kind of went on with this melody. We felt that it was adding a lot of magic to the song, and especially in the register that I've sung in. It's very new to me. It's been very challenging. Like all my other songs, if you hear, इसको नहीं नहीं. All my other songs, if you hear, they are in a certain register that I've sung in, and the song has been one where I've kind of just explored my boundaries, and
Yeah, always good to do new things,
yeah,
instead of the same
yeah,
stuff again and again and again.
yeah,
And it's obviously a happy thing because it's turned out so beautiful.
yeah.
But,
Thank you.
you mentioned Jake Upside Down. That's the song which really made you the sensation that you are. I love the track, and what I love most about the song is also the music video that you put out, where you're actually the valet for a kid who just shows up in one of those small toy Mercedes cars. It was so
Yeah.
cool. So who collaborated with you on that video? Was that your idea? Were those your ideas? It just turned out so beautifully, didn't it?
Yeah, no, it's actually from a good friend of mine. We connected in LA. His name's Chris Grider, and he directed the whole thing. He threw us the idea, and I was just like, this is great. I love this. I think this is hilarious. I think it's a perfect spin. The idea is that it's kind of like an upside down world where the kids run the show, and so I thought that was a great idea. We did it, and I love the video.
Yeah, it's really cool. A quick question for you. A little birdie tells me that your dad was actually a church pastor.
Yes,
So
yes, he still is.
that's
Yeah.
so
Oh
cool. Does that
wow.
mean things were strict when you were growing up as a kid? Or were you
A
allowed to do
bit.
anything you wanted?
Yeah, no, it was a bit strict. But I eventually snuck onto my brother's iPod and found other music and stuff like that. That's how I started listening to rap music and stuff.
Yeah. But I love your piano playing, and you're obviously a trained piano player. And you really enjoy going at the keys, don't you?
Yes, yes. No, I love the piano. It's my favorite instrument.
And you're so good at it. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Shirley, tell me about what's happening in the extended career. I mean, first and foremost, I insist, and I hope to God that you guys are able to make a video of the Indian version of Golden Hour, because it would mean so much to your Indian fans and Jake's global fans to see you guys together. Is there an idea in there? I mean, apart from the lyric video, which is actually make a proper music video, have your managers talked about that, Shirley?
I think they have. I think
Yeah,
so. Yeah,
Oh,
I would like that. Yeah.
it would be
that's great.
Managers
amazing.
are on this call.
Managers, make it happen. Get
और
two beautiful
हाँ
people
भाई,
Let's
together.
go.
कहीं ना कहीं से तो
Let's
जाएगी.
do it.
Well, I have to
We
warn you,
should.
Jake, because she's also a movie star. She does movies, and she had a wonderful show, a movie on Netflix, and some of her music videos are like yours. They're very storyboard driven. I don't know if you've gone and checked them out on YouTube. All you have to do
Yeah.
is Shirley Setia, and they'll all come up. And she has her acting chops down right. So
Oh,
if you guys are going to do a
okay.
video together, you have to write down a part for her, man.
Yes. Golden Hour deserves a nice little story for sure. We'll have to do that.
Yeah, I would love that. Thank you, Hrishi K. You're so sweet.
That's lovely. Jake, I'm going to come back to the feels like songs. As a fan of yours, I always wonder, why would a guy make a song called "This Is What Falling in Love Feels Like"? Then he
This is
does a
what
song called "This Is What
heartbreak
Heartbreak Feels
feels
Like."
like. Yes.
Just the feels
Yes.
like volume 1 and 4. What sadness feels like. Where did that stuff come from, man? I mean, you're obviously really young, but you have very deep feelings and deep thoughts, which is great for a musician.
Yeah, for me, anytime I get into the studio, it's always my goal just to catch a feeling, a specific vibe that expresses a way that I'm feeling sometimes, whether, I'm sad, I'm happy. And then there's some more complex emotions. And, it's funny. I'm actually working on more music that, has that feeling element. I'm just looking on my computer. This is what loneliness feels like. And I have all sorts of other ideas on the way. And so, for me, whenever I'm in the studio, I just want to encapsulate a feeling. And that's, for me, at first, I'm never listening to the lyrics of a song. I instantly just go, okay, how does this make me feel just off the bat with the music? And so, that's kind of how I've always had a perspective on music. And it kind of lends itself to how I've been creating. So, all those songs are just me, just having deep emotions that I don't usually speak about, but like, they just come out whenever I make music.
Well, that's incredible that you would say that even if you don't dive into the lyrics, it's about the feel for you. So I want to understand how you felt when you first heard Shirley's lyrics on the Indian version of Golden Hour. Given that you don't understand Hindi, what did the voice and the lyrics instinctively make you feel? And then, of course, the sarangi, the instrument that comes in later on, which is such a dramatic difference to what Golden Hour is originally. How did you feel?
Yes, no, I mean, it was so sick. The first time I heard it, I always love just having a cultural twist on my music. And, I feel whenever someone can bring a new perspective to a song, and that's actually how I kind of started off, was doing remixes and mashups on TikTok. And so, I love what she did with it. It's absolutely amazing. The first time I heard it, I was just like, man, this is perfect. I have no notes to go back. Like, this is great.
Yeah,
Shirley,
actually, there were no notes.
there were no notes. So cool. Shirley, do you get to go to the US often? Do you tour there? Have you done gigs there? What part of the US would be your favorite part? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Jake, you live in Rhode Island, right? Is that where you
Yes, I
live?
do.
Yeah.
So I studied in New York.
Ah,
Yeah, I
you went to
studied
school in New
acting.
York.
I studied acting at New York Film Academy, NYPA. Yeah, and that was fun. I really miss it. Obviously, it's much closer for me to travel to US from home, like from New Zealand. It's a little far from here, but I'd love to visit again. There's so many places that I'd love to visit. In fact, I've toured with Arman in the past, and that was really fun. So hopefully very soon. I'd love to work on more music with Jake, and hopefully.
Well, she just mentioned
Hopefully
New
soon.
York. Does your new tour, which you just kicked off, have a New York stop? Have you done it already, Jake?
Yes, no, I'm doing New York. We just upgraded the room and it sold out a second time. So
Oh,
I love New York. It's amazing.
Yeah.
that's amazing. So 2 rooms, I mean, twice over sold out. That must be amazing. And where else are you going? Are you touring the length and breadth of the country, or are you doing it in 2 batches? This must be
Yeah,
your first
so
major tour, right? After the pandemic.
yes, no. So as of right now, we've only announced New York and LA. But I told people if we had sold those out, then I'll have to expand it into more dates. And so, we've yet to release those, but definitely coming soon.
And have you ever been to India, Jake, even for a holiday?
No, never. I want to so bad though. It's such a beautiful culture. I would love to.
Wow, you're an India virgin, never been here before. That'll be.
Never.
But do you order from Indian takeaways and restaurants in Rhode Island or elsewhere when you go out?
Yes. Yes, I love it. I love it. I was actually in England and they had amazing Indian food there. And so it was
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Guys, you must go check out Golden Hour. The India version is Jake with Shirley Setia. It's on all streaming platforms. There's also a nice lyrical video which is on Jake's page. Is it also on your page, Shirley? Yeah?
No, this is
Yeah.
on Jake's. Yeah.
On Jake's page. You guys should go and check it out. My last question is just a great travel destination that you guys went to recently. Shirley, have you been
Yeah.
working hard, or did you go holiday somewhere?
Yeah, I went to Prague and Vienna. Yeah, it was so
Amazing.
nice.
What
And
did you do? Hanging out in cafes, eat
yeah,
croissant?
especially in Vienna, I went to this place where I think it was Mozart's house or Mozart's studio, like where he used to, well, kind of like a his pad where he used
His
to
jam room.
compose his, yeah, his
His
jam room.
jam room.
Yeah, he used to compose his music there. So they have a very like close knit performance that they do
Wow.
of the songs and other classical music composers. And yeah, so that was really nice. It was almost like just 20 people, 15, 20 people in the room, and it's like you're watching them right there. And the sound is beautiful. There's no microphones, there's no speakers. It's just
Natural
absolute proper,
acoustics. Just
yeah,
natural
just
acoustics. Yeah.
acoustics of the place. So it was really, really beautiful. Yeah.
You know, I don't understand Western classical music, but just to hear a Tchaikovsky or a Bach or a Beethoven or a Mozart, it just uplifts you. It's just
Yeah,
so spiritual,
yeah,
that
yeah.
music. Yeah.
And a lot of those elements are actually in Jake's songs. Like if
They are,
you,
of course.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Jake, a travel destination you went to recently and you said, wow, this is it.
Man, so it's funny. I haven't gotten to travel a ton outside of the country. I've been to Mexico and now England. But recently in England, it was beautiful. I got to go on the London Eye, and you can just see the whole city. You know, all the beautiful buildings. So that was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, they serve you pims if you ask for it. You know, it's a very unique London thing. You have pims
Yes.
and you go on the London Eye. It's quite cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So cool.
I hope you get to make lots of music, make lots of records, travel around the world, come to India, Jake. You know, and do that music video and more songs with Shirley. Thank you, Shirley Setia.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Jake. Lots of
Thank
love.
you.
Take care.
you.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Hrishi K. See
Thank
you.
you.